So I made that vid last night. There's a truck outside going right when I start talking, right at the exact moment I start talking. But anyway, last night I made that vid where I was talking about what happened yesterday, and I forgot to mention that there was also this dog on a delivery right when I walked away from this house. Like it was nighttime, and this dog, like this black dog or like dark gray or whatever, like he just comes out of the shadows. And he just runs right up to me. There's no owner with the dog, it's just a dog. And he just runs right up to me like in attack mode. Right as I'm walking away from this house on delivery, this dog runs up to me and is barking at me, and he's acting like he's gonna bite me. I don't know if he actually would have attacked me, but I was just like holding my bag out in front of me to keep him at a distance. But he just kept barking at me and acting like he was gonna attack me, like all the way to my car. And and I don't know where the owner was at. And there's nobody out there except me and the dog. And the dog was just pressing. I don't and it had to be a gang stalker dog because it was right as I walked away from the house. So I don't know if it's a robot dog or what, but it was this big dog, and he was acting like he was gonna kill me. So that I can't believe I forgot that, because that was like the craziest part of the night. Because this dog just came out of nowhere and just started like charging at me. So I just wanted to get on and say that happened, because that happened last night, and that was crazy. And I've seen dogs like run at me before, gang stalker dogs. I've seen them like run at me, like, but like playfully though, like not like attacking like that. I've heard, there's been dogs that bark at me like that, but they're like on a leash or whatever. But like I've seen people with their dogs though, and they'll have their dog run at me, but it's like playfully. But like this dog was he just came out of the shadows, just pressing, just he's just rah, 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 rah. And he just comes up to me like he's gonna bite me. I don't know, it was crazy. I didn't hear any sounds right when I woke up this morning, but they're making the sounds now. Like that one truck that went off right when I started talking, and then I heard a couple more gang stalkers, I think. Like right when I leaned forward, there was a truck outside. That was probably a gang stalker. I don't see him yet. I don't see him yet. Give it about 10 seconds. They're out there though. But yeah, I don't know if that dog would have actually, like, if I didn't hold my bag out in front of me, I don't know if he would have actually bit me or what. But I think probably not. I think it's probably just to scare me, you know. Just like how the gang stalker people are always, not always, but some of them will act like they want to fight me, but then they just drive off. Like, I don't think they would actually fight me unless I initiated it or whatever, you know. I don't know. But it was crazy though. And then like they just always have animals like birds will just come and swoop down at me. But today is gonna be a good day. Fuck the gang stalkers. I'm gonna have a good day. The sun's out. What's up, Mr. Sun? How are you today? You see all these gang stalkers out here? You should you should burn them all up. Whatever. Just do what you're doing, son. Alright, now when I walk up to my window, is there a gang stalker? I bet there is. I hear one. I just hear a motorcycle sound right when I walk up to my window. That had to be a gang stalker. Um, but yeah, they didn't make sounds when I woke up this morning, which is unusual this week at least. There's a siren going off right now. I don't know if that's a gang stalker. It probably is. But yeah, like the last week straight, they've been making sounds every morning when I wake up, and then they didn't this morning, but every other morning. They make sounds right when I wake up in bed. And then like one day it was like a siren, a fire truck siren. It starts up right after I wake up in bed, and then right when I like move in bed, the fire truck horn goes off. And then just throughout the day, every day when I'm sitting in my apartment, there will be truck sounds outside, synced up with what I'm doing. Like either I'll walk across the room, I'll sit down, I'll stand up, or I'll be watching something on YouTube, and right when the video ends, at one of these synced moments, right when a YouTube video ends, right when I move, or right when I like open the refrigerator door, or right when I'm putting on my shoes, or right at some moment synced up, I'll hear a truck outside go. It's multiple times throughout the day, every day. I'll hear sound effects outside, either a truck or a slamming noise or something, synced up with things that I'm doing throughout the day, multiple times throughout the day. Every day. It's kind of creepy. like, like I'm usually just like, whatever, gang stalkers, Like it doesn't, like I'm not just sitting in here like, like that, but like, it's kind of creepy though, to make sound effects through somebody's apartment window as they do things inside of their apartment. That's kind of creeper behavior. It's just some creepers out my window. Fucking creepers. Jeepers creepers. Oh, there's a mail van parking. Is he gonna sync up like a robot? There's a white car driving out. I don't know. The white car drove out right after the mail van parked. He's sitting in the mail van, and then he's gonna get out of the mail van, synced up with something, I bet. Oh, what's he gonna sync up with? A white car, some other color car, someone walking out. The possibilities are endless, but I bet he's gonna sync up perfectly with something. right when he gets out. It might be a bird. It might be, I don't know what it's gonna be, but I bet I'm gonna be 100% right. And you know, how do I know that they're gang stalking me through my apartment window? Because they're doing things from the perspective of my apartment window around corners of buildings. That's how. So they're either gang stalking me or they're gang stalking the guy in the apartment right next to me. One of the two. And it's gotta be me because when I walk outside, there's just gang stalkers all around me everywhere I go. So they're doing it from the perspective of my apartment window, from the angle of looking out of this window. There's cars driving around corners of buildings with each other and walking out of doors of buildings and getting in the cars and out of cars and all of synchronizer things. So there's a white SUV driving out right as there's a loud engine sound in the distance at the exact time. And then the mail truck just took off again right as this red car drives out right when the white SUV goes around the corner. And he never got out of the mail van. He just parked on the side of the street and then took off again right when the white SUV goes around the corner. And this other red truck comes around the corner. And the red truck just pulled up in the parking lot and spun around and drove off. And then the white mail van came back around again the other corner of this other building. And this guy on a bike rode out at the same time that it turns around on the street. And then it's parking over here on this street. And right as it parks, this white car drives out around the corner of the building. So there goes the mail guy gang stalking me. Is it like a requirement to be a mailman to be a gang stalker? Is that like on the application? Like, are you a gang stalker? Yes or no? If you replied no, you're not qualified. Or what? Because every time I see a mail truck, it's a gang stalker. Every time I see a mailman, he's either putting mail in a mailbox right next to me, or walking out of a door right next to me, or driving a car by me at a synced up moment, or parking the car right next to me, or doing some other synced up thing right next to me. Or syncing up a mail truck with multiple white cars out my apartment window. Every time I see a mail truck, every time I see a FedEx, every time I see a UPS, every time I see a cop, every time I see certain trucks of certain businesses around town, every time I see the telelift bus, every time I see like just certain things, they're gang stalking me. So, like, if you're not a gang stalker, you can't get a job as a mailman or something? Apparently. Because every time I see one, it's gang stalking me. Like, different mail people, too. Like, it's not always the same mail guy. So apparently, every mail guy is a gang stalker. Or at least all the ones that come around me are. Maybe they send the TI mailman on a different route. I don't know. But every time I see a mail truck, though, it's gang stalking. I just think that's kind of weird. Like, why is every male guy a gang stalker every time I see it? And why does the same people gotta gang stalk me every time I see them? Why can't they take a break every once in a while? Why do they gotta compulsively gang stalk me every time I see them? Just a lot of questions. It's just a lot of unanswered and unanswerable questions. Well, they're answerable, but not to me, though. Somebody knows, but not me. The male guy knows, but I don't know. What's up, y'all? What's up, George, Hennard, and Shadow XX? How y'all doing? But anyway, I'll be back on later.